TuneTrek, boom boom. TuneTrek, boom boom. TuneTrek, boom boom.
Hi, how are you, everybody? I'm MikelParis. I'm a multimedia artist from New York City, and I've created a show called TuneTrek. It's a travel and music show. I find cool historic landmarks around the country while I'm traveling, playing music, and I tell the stories of these places by creating these short little vignettes that I have on my YouTube channel and on my website as well, MikelParis.com. Today we're at the Poppenhusen Institute in College Point, Queens, New York City. So I'm going to be showing you a little bit how I prepare and get ready to film an episode of my TuneTrek travel and music show. Let's head on inside and check it out. Okay, so we've found our staging area, and I got everything all set up. And the first thing, the most important thing in my kit, is the Canon 70D. I love this camera. I've been using it now for about 6 months. I've got the 18-200 EFS lens, which gives me opportunity to have some really wide shots and also zoom in on stuff if I want to. So next up is my secondary camera. I always have a second camera. For this shoot, I'm using the Canon Vixia Mini X, which I just started to get familiar with. And I really, really love this thing. So my second camera I use for when I'm doing the tour, the interview of the historian. And it has that always in focus fisheye lens, which is really, really cool. But you can also click on a button and you can have it zoom in tight so it's not doing the fisheye effect anymore, which is a feature I really, really, really like. So next up, audio. How am I going to record my audio? It's nice to have an external microphone to improve the quality of that. So I'm using the Rode Videomic Go. You can attach it to the hot shoe, or it's also threaded, so you can attach it to a tripod. And this is a built-in windscreen. It also has this shock mount, which is really, really cool. What I also like to do for my performance shot is have a secondary microphone source. So I use the Zoom H4n. The quality on this is really, really great. It has stereo mics. So what I do with this is I put this a little bit further back sometimes in a room, in a large space, and I get that room sound of the performance and the music, which is really, really cool. This sounds really good. So every time I record some audio, I want to be able to reference it. I want to be able to go back and check and make sure that I wasn't peaking, that everything sounds how I want it. So I always have my Bose SoundLink Mini, which is super good because it allows me the opportunity to actually hear the audio through a speaker. I've also got some essential small items that I always have with me. I've got extra memory cards. I use Kingston, and I've also got extra batteries for the H4n. I only use tripods. I use tripods for everything. I use it for my lights, my camera, for my audio recorder. I've got an assortment of ones, relatively inexpensive, and I have this Joby guy, which allows me to conform and attach this and hang cameras from the air. I like to shoot as much as possible with natural lighting. There's some situations where it just doesn't exist, so having an LED light is really, really a good thing to have. This is a basic one. I'm trying out the Matchbox today, which is got a different type of LED technology. You don't see all the individual little bulbs on there, and this is a tungsten panel, and it's considerably brighter, which is really, really cool. And then I also have a daylight panel, which you can swap in there. I also have a couple things that allow me to control the lighting. I have a little umbrella guy when I'm outdoors and I'm in direct sunlight. This protects the camera a little bit from rain, not me so much, but the camera, yes. And then I have a couple Westcott reflectors. And next up, which is equally important to everything else, is my guitar. I love playing acoustic guitar in cool historic sites. That's one of the driving forces behind TuneTrek. And I also have Stan here. Stan is my focal stand-in. I had to figure out a way to get myself in focus. I'm doing this all by myself. And focus is really important. You want all your shots to be in focus, obviously. Oh, okay. Well, it looks like the tour is all set. So I'm gonna go upstairs now, and I'm actually going to have a historian take me through the Poppenhusen Institute. I'm going to learn a little bit about the history, and I'm going to find that performance spot.